Hi, my name is Jones, and I'm going to be talking about my presentation with AI and how it's changing the world. More specifically, how we use it for our daily tasks, whether we're using it from home, whether we're using it at the office, and just going about our daily lives and our daily activities. Okay, so I really like this presentation because we're talking about AI and the use of AI, and more specifically, how it's used in daily tasks or just every day throughout life. And it's really important to understand that Arizona State is being really innovative when it comes to AI use. They're not only using AI, but they're also showcasing it in a lot of their classes and being able to understand that this is a tool that we're going to use either for, X, Y, and Z as far as like data, being able to pull statistics together, but still having that human aspect of being able to be descriptive with the data, and as well as even, just showcasing it for just different types of other purposes. I really like AI because it's not just one thing. I think it's important that we understand that it's not just ChatGPT, it's not just Copilot, and it's not even just the other softwares that are add-ins or built-ins. We see it every day with smartwatches, smartphones, even the smart glasses. Even nowadays, they're being able to advance them so much that it's being able to record conversations back and forth, and you can be talking to someone in a different language, and AI itself might be able to transcribe the conversation on your lenses and showcase, or break that barrier between the language differences and being able to talk back and forth, which is really innovative and really cool. And I think that would definitely help out with the daily tasks. Okay, so as far as AI and being able to use it as a daily task, I guess this could be a daily task depending on if you want to be able to use it for, application purposes. And I just wanted to share it with you because it's something that was brought to me fairly recently, at least earlier in the semester, and I was doing it when I was applying to other jobs. And I was taught this by my associate director, which was really awesome because she basically showed me how to use ChatGPT for building your application or your resume or your cover letter for, an application, but using it in a way that is not only ethical but just plain out simple. And I forgot to even think of ask ChatGPT this question. And the question was basically providing the listing and asking, can you create a rubric based on the available information so I could go forward with the application? So once you're able to list either the listing, whether you save it as a PDF, whether you save it as a screenshot, or just attach it in general and send it to ChatGPT and ask that question, can you uh, create me a rubric? Then you could take that rubric and go forward and start grading your application in general, whether it's your cover letter or your resume or any other supporting, documents that they might require for that application. And then to go forward to be like, hey, I'm hitting, so and so, but I'm also missing, maybe some other key points that I should maybe reevaluate my cover letter a little bit more, or even my resume a little bit more. So I think that's something that's really awesome that I would like to share with you guys because I think anybody could, you know, do so, especially if they don't have promising people to ask for help or even just gain a lot of guidance as far as like, you know, advancing your cover letter or just improving it, especially your resume. And I really think this is an awesome opportunity that, if you don't know, it's something that you should know. So, yeah. And then as far as like the feedback, if you do ask ChatGPT, what can you create a rubric? It's going to spit out a rubric consistently basing off of 100 points, and it's going to, break it down into different, areas as far as what to look for, your scoring guide, areas that they're really looking for, and then you could also take that rubric into either asking either ChatGPT itself to, hey, can you evaluate now with this rubric my cover letter and see what you're hitting? Because then it's going to do it based off of that 100-point score. And then it's going to spit some information back to you. It's going to showcase like, hey, you're hitting this and this benchmark, but you're also missing maybe, this. So then you're able to go back and then, just reevaluate your cover letter or your resume or whatever supporting documents you have attached to it, and then just go through and just, tweak them. I mean, it's the same thing you would do for any type of other job application. You're going to go through and be like, hey, they're mentioning a lot of, X, Y and Z, and I only have X. So maybe I should include Y and Z if it's relevant to me or my experiences, and then attach it to this document. It's basically the same thing. It's just you don't want to ask ChatGPT, hey, can you write me a cover letter or can you write me a resume for, this job application? Because it's going to be all over the board and it's not going to get everything right. But if you already have a cover letter and a resume already created, now you just ask ChatGPT, how can I tailor this more specifically to this job application? And I think that's really important because it also not only counts as like this a daily task, but it's also helping you cut down that time consumption for just one job application itself, which I really feel like is important.